So, do you know the steps of the scientific method? Yeah, okay, there are 6 of them. And the first step I just went through earlier, so you should at least know observation, right? Right? Okay. So observation's the first step, and it will help you ask questions, which is the most important step. Okay? First is observation. And then you ask questions. So this is important to do because once again, it starts you on the path to science. It starts you on the path to investigation, and it creates curiosity. No science was ever created without an observation. You have to have an observation to have good science. Okay? So why is this method important to know in class? And not only because you definitely want to pass this class, because, again, it's the easiest class you will take all year. It's because we use it every day. So we'll learn about the scientific method. We'll learn about what the point of learning it is. But it's basically a tool, right? It's a tool that scientists use to basically, do science. And ask and get curiosity and create new studies and understand the universe around us. That's what science is. Science is just understanding the universe, understanding the world that we live in. That's what it is. That's what science is all about. And this is just a tool to start us on the right path to getting there. So you use this actually every day in real life. And here are the steps. There are 6 steps, basically. 1, 2, 3. Yep, there are 6 steps. First is observe, then you ask questions. And yes, I used green because it reminds me of the Riddler, and he has question marks all over him, which I thought was cool. But anyway, yes. Those are the first steps, then, we're going to move on to the next ones. But observation, once again, the purpose of this step is to create curiosity and kind of jumpstart science. Sorry, that is the wrong color. I want to make them all kind of match the colors the right way so that you guys don't get, like, what is he doing? Right, so curiosity. May killed the cat, but right now, Curious George would be the king of science. Well, at least he'd be the king of the lab. So who cares? Well, everyone cares. If you don't make observations, you don't do experiments or do science. And if you don't do science, well, we don't really progress. That's important to move forward. And yeah, you do it every day. You do it. An example would be, the wall, is white. Maybe that is an excellent example of what we would call an observation. It's more of a statement, not really a question. The question comes afterwards. You could also say starfish. Starfish grow back their legs. That's an observation. Maybe you've seen it. I have, after a really long time, granted, but they do grow back their legs. So that's a thing. If only we could do that, right? Imagine how great life would be for us. So questions, all right? We're going to switch over to our green. So what is the purpose of this step? To start doing science. It's to do science. Most people care. Most people want questions. There are some out there who don't really respect it. They don't like it when you ask questions. And, that's, their opinion. But while you're in here, you're a scientist, and scientists ask questions. And Mr. Soupball loves questions because that means that you're curious and that you want to learn and that this is important to you, and I really want to give that to you. So that's why questions are so important to me. That's why I love them so much. That's why I never want you to feel like you can't ask a question in my class. All right. So, once again, science is about understanding, and you can't understand unless you question. It isn't just made for you. And you were told not to ask questions by certain adults because sometimes adults either don't have the time or they don't have the answers. And, that's not a bad thing. Everybody's always learning. Nobody's perfect. But, that's probably the main reason why they told you not to kind of ask questions to them, because they didn't know. And that's okay. But here, you ask questions. That's just what we do. They're scared of being wrong. Nobody likes being wrong, but adults, for some reason, are very afraid of being wrong. Okay. So, don't be scared to ask me questions. Don't be scared to be curious. Don't be scared to be wrong. It's how you learn. Okay? We learn more from our failures and our mistakes than we do from our successes. And that is Thomas Edison. And although I don't like the guy, he's very, very, very quotable. So I'll give him that. He's a quotable guy. Kind of crapped all over Nikola Tesla's life, though. But anyway, yeah. So, don't be afraid to be wrong. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Put yourself out there. You never know. You might learn something new. So, an example of this would be, why is the wall white? Or maybe how does a starfish grow back its leg? That's a question. So then you go and investigate.